Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are doing a winter salad. It's got apples, it's got candied nuts and cranberries, it has gorgonzola cheese. It is so good. Even my picky kids will eat this salad. Your family is going to love it. This has kind of got a couple of steps to it. To prepare for my salad, I have 2 apples. I usually use Honeycrisp apples, like big, large Honeycrisp apples. The apples I have on hand are a little bit small, so I used 2 today instead of 1. And I cut these up into small, bite-sized pieces. And then we have our candied pecans and cranberries. Usually the salad I will use walnuts. However, we are just getting past the Christmas holiday and I had pecans to use up and I had cranberries to use up from my holiday baking. And so I am going to show you here in just a second how you can candy your nuts and dried fruits for your salad toppings. To make our candied nuts, we're going to get out the little skillets. We're going to do about a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to kind of get that melting. I'm going to do this on low heat. We're going to do 3 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and honestly, I don't really measure this. I just kind of sprinkle some in, along with the red pepper flakes, chili flakes, about a 1/4 teaspoon, just kind of adds a little hint of spice to this apple gorgonzola spinach salad. We're going to do a sprinkling of salt, and then we're going to let this melt here for just a minute. Get that butter and sugar melted together. And now again, normally I use walnuts, but I have pecans to use up from my holiday baking, so I'm going to use these up. And I also have some cranberries from my white chocolate cranberry pistachio cookies. And so I'm going to use these up as well. We're going to just candy them together. They'll be great as a topping for this salad. So the butter and sugar is almost completely melted together. So I'm going to add my pecans. I usually use about 1 cup of pecans or walnuts for the salad. I probably have just under that. It's totally fine. And then I'll add in probably a handful or so of the cranberries. We'll just sprinkle some in there. And mix this together really well. You want to really coat the pecans and cranberries together. We're going to let this kind of lightly heat up for about another minute or so, and then I'm going to pull these off and put them onto a paper towel on a plate, and we're going to go put together the rest of our salad. And then the next step of this salad is to prepare your salad dressing, and I will share that with you here right now. We're going to put together the dressing for our winter salad, and I have extra light olive oil. We're going to do about 5 tablespoons of it. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Usually I will use a red wine vinegar, kind of out, don't have any on hand. And so I'm going to actually just use a splash of apple cider vinegar. It'll do just fine. We want 1 tablespoon. We're going to add in some salt, some pepper. I'm going to give this a little whisk. Now here comes the fun with the gorgonzola cheese. Gorgonzola cheese is kind of a soft, creamy blend of cheese, and so we're going to use about a 1/2 cup of gorgonzola cheese. That'll do. And then we're gonna pour our dressing over it. I know it sounds kind of strange and funny, but trust me on this. And then you're gonna kind of mash your Gorgonzola cheese into the dressing. And as you can see, it's kind of getting a little bit creamier. Gorgonzola cheese pairs so well with apples. I have a couple of fruit and cheese snack videos. I will link to those. I definitely remember I did one with Gorgonzola cheese and apples, and it was so good. I also have a mango feta cheese salad recipe. So light and so yummy. Little twist of a fun Aldi-find cheese in that salad. So be sure to check those out and add those recipes to your meal planning. Okay, I feel like that's blended together very well. We're gonna put together our whole salad now. And so we are going to put this all together. Ooh, by the way, if you are like, I don't want to make a homemade dressing for your salad, you could use any kind of red wine vinaigrette. I love Aldi's, you guys. I have Aldi's finds all the time. And one of my favorite things I have found there is their white balsamic peach vinaigrette dressing. This is a sweet and it is so good. It would pair really well with this salad also. So anything kind of sweet, it's got a little bit of a balsamic vinaigrette type of a vibe to it, you can use for a dressing. Okay, let's put the salad all together now. So I've got my spinach in a bowl. I am going to add my apples on top. We're actually going to give this a little toss before we add in the other toppings. Kind of want to get those apples mixed in there nicely. They all kind of went to the bottom. We're going to add our Gorgonzola dressing mixture here. I just love apples and Gorgonzola. We're going to mix this a little bit more. You want to get that creamy dressing all mixed in nicely. Now we're going to add our candied pecans and cranberry combination to the top. Give it just a light little toss. You want those to mix on down in there. This is my classic winter salad. I hope you all love this recipe. Your family's gonna love it. Be sure to subscribe. Make sure you're following along on Pinterest as well in the Kitchen with Grace 1. The link is in the description below, along with all of the ingredients and directions for the salad recipe, because then you can pin and save all of our recipes and come back to them later. We thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.